should we do a formal hello?
Are we already recording?
We've been recording for the past 2 minutes almost.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We started just right around roofie talk.
Roofie Central.
Roofie Central. Is that what you call your house?
That'd
be a terrible name.
I'm not going to tell you, Scott.
No,
it's your first time in my house.
Right? If I look for the Wi-Fi network, is it going to say
it actually
roofie house?
We're going to cut this part out, right?
Oh, I don't want your. I don't want your
gonna...
Wi-Fi password. I'm okay.
Oh, no.
Oh,
we
you
keep
don't
the
want
groovy part in. That's part of who we are now.
Well, I was just going to say that my basement is known as the sex cave.
That's wonderful.
the stabbing cabin?
Which is really not,
I mean, is it set up like a BDSM dungeon, or is it
No.
just it's just the basement?
So like a gimp
There's a bedroom.
Really?
in the basement
In the basement.
Yeah, I
Was
made
that
a
the guest
bedroom in
room?
the basement, yeah.
for guests.
For guests.
Okay.
All right.
But multiple people have had sex down there, apparently.
Okay.
I mean, you can be as loud as you want. All you hear are echoes and
You,
screams.
you sound like you're talking about ghosts in your house. Well, apparently, people have had sex. Allegedly, people have had sex in that bed.
Legend.
I haven't seen it, but my roommate says that there have been people in that bed having sex.
Pretty sure
One of those was
that
me.
bed has seen more action than me. Yeah.
Ah, good
I
afternoon,
don't know,
good evening.
I don't know. It's like I was gonna go somewhere with that, and I'm like, I can't think of one right now.
It's okay.
Hey guys, welcome to Color Circuit.
Somebody had to.
Thanks for taking me seriously. This is how I feel around you guys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to start now?
Yeah, this is it.
Hey guys, welcome to Color Circuit.
Let's all do one. Let's all do an intro, and we'll have the listeners vote live.
Who did you like to ask?
This is our one non-live podcast,
Yeah.
and you're saying that they'll vote live?
That's the joke.
Hey guys,
Yep.
tell us.
Do you tell jokes?
Sometimes.
Are you funny?
I'm a funny. Are you a funny person?
You guys do the comedies? The comedies?
I
things?
thought once in my life that I was funny.
What happened to that?
I don't know. A lot of years of regret.
Is that why you're leaving improv?
A lot of not. No, I'm just tired of it. I've been doing improv for the last, like shows and stuff for the past. God, how many? Yeah, like 9 months? No.
Wait, so did we do an actual
So
intro?
you're quitting before you give your improv baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Third trimester, I'm out.
It's illegal
Yeah, in this state.
in all states.
In all states.
Third trimester, yeah.
So I have to go down to Mexico to quit
Yeah.
improv early.
Wait, I thought you're like, is it actually 6 months? Are you on the precipice? Are you like getting on to almost 3 months? Like,
I don't know, because I've been doing the Steam shows, and they are 6 shows per. With here's a math problem, and you can vote live on our Facebook page
Color
as
Circuit
to
Live.
what the answer is. But yeah, so 6 shows per run. I'm in my 3rd run, and I have 2 more shows left. How
Okay.
long have I been doing
So
improv?
6 times 3 is 18. 18 weeks divided by 4 weeks per month.
Is what, 6 months? No,
So,
4 months. I'm bad at math.
no.
4 into 18?
You don't know what month you started?
No, I know. Like when I started taking classes, it was March of last year.
Oh, okay.
So I've been doing.
I think it's less than 5 months you've been doing it for the Steam shows.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of time.
It is a good chunk of time for every
lot of time.
weekend.
Yeah, every weekend and like maybe 2 weekends in between.
Yeah.
Because like the next weekend would be the auditions, and then the next week we would start, and then that first weekend we wouldn't do a show. And so, yeah, I mean, it was a good chunk of time. And I'm just, now with everything we're doing here with Color Circuit, thank you for listening and watching. It's a lot of time on my hands where I don't have time to just like not do stuff
There's a lot of scheduling.
or
where
play
just,
with
like,
my dog or potentially have a relationship outside of
Yeah.
this,
Yeah, it's true. It's very hard.
which is, yeah.
We do meet like 20 hours a week.
Yeah, what do you think about it? Because each stream is at least 4 hours, or whenever we meet.
Yeah.
It's at least 4 hours.
Yeah. It's a 4-hour meetup. It's like 2 hours of actual streaming, an hour of setup and breakdown.
And we chit-chat.
And we chit-chat.
Because we're friends. We're friendly, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I wish we could cut back on the chit chat.
And just get right to the...
Just get right to business.
Right to the stream.
Do we
Well,
have to be
it'd be hard not to.
friends?
I mean, not really.
I have other friends. Do you have other friends, Scott?
Somewhat. Like... I could. I don't have time to make them, for I'm doing this. No, I have friends.
You could have. You have 5. Is that
5 friends.
You could have made friends on Sunday.
Okay, we're right to the guilt.
What was Sunday?
I invited Mr. Scott Brown here to an open mic.
I'm giving him the side eye right now.
You're giving me both of your eyes. You're looking right there. He is. There's the side eye.
Yeah, and he bailed without telling me that he was going to bail.
I did,
Ooh.
and I felt bad.
Yeah,
And
he
I
apologized.
And I told you in a
Yeah,
text
yeah.
that I apologize.
Not even
I'm
a
sorry.
call. Not even a call.
You know, but Tito and Elena were excited to hear that you might be stopping by to check it out.
Well, I was on Saturday. I was talking to them.
Yeah, that's what they said.
And they were saying that, I told them that, you and I were going to get together and brainstorm on jokes and come up with jokes and stuff, which
Yeah.
we still need to do.
Yeah.
Thing.
But yeah, I felt bad because by the time I got home on Sunday, I hadn't walked Bruce, my dog, in a while, and he was chomping at the bit, and I hadn't really seen him all weekend. So I was like, I'm going to walk Bruce. And that was around 7. And then you texted me the sad photo of Kevin that I need to come cheer him up.
Yeah.
And I don't like to see a sad Kevin. That was good of you to
Yeah.
send me a photo of a sad Kevin because I don't like to see that.
It's very strong sadness.
Yeah. I don't like to see it. And so I was like, I'll go. And then and I fully wanted to. Mm-hmm. Home remodeling happening. If this were a video stream, you'd see what we were talking about.
Tune in live.
But right, yeah, we'll take your comments live as to what we're doing to the table. But yeah, and then I got, it was a long walk. It was a good walk. Got home, went to the bathroom, and then I hit a wall, and it was just like, ugh. And then it just compounded.
Yeah.
Where you have anxiety. We all have anxieties.
Yeah.
And like it starts with a little kernel, and then just blows up, and like, oh God, if I can't be around people, I can't be around people. Oh, all those people, they're going to want me to be funny or jovial or whatever I am to them, and I just can't do it. And then I start to think about what am I to them? Am I not enough? And it just starts like that, like a Mark Maron rant, just in your brain, like, oh my God, what am I doing with my
I
life?
just want to run. I don't want to do this right now.
God,
I
I'm
just
such an
disappear.
idiot. Ugh, they hate me. Why would they? Oh God damn, yeah.
That's fine.
How did it go?
It went well. I went up second and did all right.
So we're talking about the Bosey Brothers Sunday night open mic
Yeah.
that Tito and Elena host.
It's a really good open mic, in my opinion, the best in town.
Okay, because we have like 4 or 5 throughout the week, right?
That's correct, yeah.
4?
4.
4. And so full docket. Did they usually get a full?
Yeah, I think there were 16 comics.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it takes about what, 2 hours? More than that?
Yeah.
Once it gets started.
Yeah.
It gets about 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Each-
Everyone gets about 8 minutes?
No, each person gets 5.
5. Okay.
And then
If there are less comics, they'll do more. They'll do like 6 minutes if there's not that many. But it was a full night.
Okay.
But apparently nobody stayed till the end, and I was one of those people. I actually left pretty early,
Yeah.
and I was sent a picture of the audience when my friend Greg went up, and there were like 5 people left.
yikes.
I
Ouch.
felt really bad,
But like
that I didn't stay.
Full house when you were pretty much.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So go early is what I hear.
Go early
Go
and
early.
go early and start.
Sturder. So what have you done, Bon, this week?
Well, I've just been working a lot. I tried to make it to the opening of the new VR place that's at the Coronado Mall, and it was it was just terrifying because there were so many kids and so many parents around.
Yeah.
That I was just like, this is too much. This is too much stimuli. Like being in this place.
Concentrated in one. Where in Coronado is it?
It's like near the middle of the mall.
Okay.
Near the. It's closer to the I guess the food court area.
Okay, I think I know where it is. Where the
Do you know where the stairs are?
yes.
Yeah, it's right next to there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So is it on the bottom floor or top floor?
It's on the bottom floor.
okay.
So is it where the other arcade used to be, kind of down a couple doors from like the Hot Topic?
Oh no. That used to be Tilt.
The Tilt.
Tilt is long gone, and that spot now is taken over by Guess.
Where I think it is where the old Sam Goody used to be, and most recently where We Love Video Games used to be. Do you know what I'm? It's like a retro video game shop. They had arcade machines in there, and you could buy like N64 games, Genesis games, whatever. And then they recently vacated.
What were the shops around it?
It would be like 2 shops away from like Kiva Juice, so really close to the food court.
that one. That one's taken over by this weird shop that's like very douchey. It's like a motorsports shop type thing. Where it's
okay,
like
I'm out. Then I don't
too
know where
cool.
it is.
Yeah, it's
But by the stairs.
Yeah, it's by
so
the
by the
stairs.
GameStop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's like 2 or 3 shops down from the GameStop.
Okay.
And it's like across from it.
I never go to the mall.
I walked in. I've never been so terrified in my life. It's been a year and a half since I've gone to the mall. So like walking into there, I was like, oh, I forgot. People like try to dress up for the mall. And This is like a day, like a whole day. People decide to just spend at the mall.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, like spending the night at a friend's house, we'd go to the mall and just hang out. Like no idea
normal
what we were
thing.
going to do.
Yeah.
We'll go to Spencer's Gifts. We'll smell like a dorm room. Why do every Spencer's Gifts smell like a dorm room,
I
like
think
a
it's-
dude's dorm room?
I think it's more that dorm rooms smell like Spencer Gifts. Like you have this backwards.
So-
that's where all their stuff comes from.
Yeah.
Like all the weird shirts that just say something on them. Or
So
all
they get
sex
the smell
toys.
from Spencer's. That's
Yeah.
like the mecca of that smell because they all smell like that.
I think it's smelling like Teen Spirit is what you're smelling.
I went to the mall in Puerto Rico while I was visiting my ex's family, and his cousins were really cool. They were around my age to older. I think I was like 19 at the time or something. And so they were anywhere from like 20 to 30. And we all went to the mall, and I had on jeans and a t-shirt. So that's what I was wearing. And they looked at me and they were like, "You're wearing that to the mall?"
Oh my gosh.
The mayor might be there.
Yeah. And I was like, "Well, yeah, this is what I wear."
It's just clothes. I don't know. Is there a plan?
Yeah. So I changed into a dress.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause I don't know. I felt weird and
like
I was
an
trying
event.
to impress his family. Like,
Was it a nice mall?
No,
It's just
not
just-
even a little. It wasn't a big mall. It was smaller
small
than the
town?
Coronado Mall.
Wow. But you just dress up. You just dress nicely.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so for people who don't know, Coronado Mall is like is a shopping center. It's like your average every town small town mall. There's about 2 floors, about maybe 45 shops, I'd say. 45 to 60 seems like in a good area.
Yeah, I mean, it's spread out. I don't really think about
Yeah.
how many. It's an okay sized mall.
Yeah. And that's like about a medium sized to smaller sized mall for average America, I guess.
Right. Super
Yeah.
Super average.
Nothing too astounding about it, except, like Cinnabon's there and Cinnabon's there. Mm-hmm. Has my name in it, so I just
Yeah.
support it. Yeah. Yeah.
I support things with my name. I love Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a great place.
Yeah. It's
Because
not very
it has
much
your
name.
name in
My name's in it.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
Kendra.
Kenja. Kenya? No, that's too
That's
far.
close. That's close,
It's really
though, Bond.
close,
We
though.
gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Getting
I
closer.
haven't been there. I will definitely put that on the to-do list. Go to Kenya, see what it's all about.
You guys have hard times getting like souvenir things with your name on it, don't
Yeah.
you?
There's no way I can ever.
No
find
way,
something
right?
With my name. Yeah.
You could like have to shave off like the NIE of a Bonnie.
Always. Always.
Yeah.
I think there's like 10 gifts where I never use them because it says Bonnie. I was like, I can't. I'm just not feminine enough for this. I can't.
It's like a keychain with a picture of a cowgirl on it.
Yeah.
It's like Bonnie. It's like thanks,
Ooh.
Grandma.
All right. Well,
You nailed it.
Kendra gifts do exist. They're just not as common as, say, Scott gifts.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm everywhere. Yeah. Like Scott's a pretty... the older I get, the more common I find out that... It wasn't until sophomore year of high school I met another Scott, though.
Oh, wow.
I was sheltered. Well, I went to Catholic school, so I was sheltered from a lot of things.
I went to Catholic school for kindergarten and then 5th grade. Just those 2 years.
Just those two?
Yeah. And in 5th grade, I failed religion.
They kicked you out. No more.
I begged my mom to let me go to public school.
Okay.
Okay, so it was your decision. That's good. That's good
right.
that she honored that.
Yeah.
You found your place.
Yep. And I enjoyed it.
I could never. Religion was such a weird thing, just because like, family's Buddhist, best friend's family's Catholic, and then the other family's like very,
Just
Jewish,
Just Jewish.
just super Jewish, I don't
Super
know.
Jew.
Super Jews. So it was like a very odd experience to have like these meshing of religions constantly around me.
But you got a good feel for them. Like you
It
could.
made me so atheist.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's like it pushed me away from religion. Like being around these houses, like all right, I'm eating kosher Wednesday, and then I'm eating like this super, like, I don't know, like super Buddhist meal, like super simple. I was just like, oh, I gotta go to
Right.
temple soon, and then the Catholic family's like, yeah, we're good with everything. Just kind of don't cuss, shut up, and pray before we eat, and you're good to go. I'm like, okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can
And
do
then
with
you
that.
just have this realization: we all end up in the same place, in the ground.
in the ground or ashes.
Right.
Made no sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today is like a really like relaxed day for me. So if I'm just like off beat, it's because
Hey.
I'm
man.
about to like fall asleep. I've just constantly been like exhausted by heat.
More wine.
More
So last time we all met up, I was telling Bon about this story about me being stung by bees, which is actually not the story I want to tell now, but it makes what I'm about to say funnier. So just know that at one point in my life, I was stung by like a whole hive of
Many bees.
Many
at
bees.
once.
Yes.
Holy shit.
But anyway, I was visiting my dad's grave, and it's like in this row of veterans' graves, and there's like an American flag and a cannon, like at the end of the
full-on
row.
cannon. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, going to see my dad's grave is
Last
like,
call at that cemetery's a bitch.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Clear out. Anyway.
So like I was saying, it's a very emotional and vulnerable thing.
I can't relate. I'm sorry.
But yeah, one of the last times that I went, there was a hive of bees in the cannon. And so, like, going to see my dad's grave was terrifying.
Get the fuck out is all you hear in your head. Like,
Yeah.
just run. Oh, it's amazing.
Like Laura Dern in Jurassic
Oh my
Park.
gosh.
Run. They're coming for us.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it was good times. The last time that I went to his grave was January before last, so it's been about a year and a half.
Okay.
And I saw that there was a beer can in the bushes directly behind his grave.
Is
his,
this
like,
a
grave
local
marker.
cemetery or where is
No,
this?
it's in upstate New York.
Okay.
And so I saw the beer can, and it had recently snowed, but then melted, and so it had like liquid in it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it was water and not beer, because nobody just leaves a full beer can around. Am I right?
In a cemetery.
Never.
You finished that
finish
shit.
that.
Yeah. Pour it out to your homies.
So that's what I did. Precisely. I got a picture of me pouring it out, and I was actually pouring it out like 4 feet behind his grave.
Yeah.
But thank you, perspective. It looks
his
like I'm pouring it out
perspective, yeah.
right by his grave. So I poured one out for my dead homie.
My dead
Do it.
daddy.
It's the way to do it.
Good times. Good times.
Sounds good.
If you are playing the home version of the color or the circuit board podcast game, drink. We mentioned Dead Dad.
Dead
Yep.
Dad and Dead Dad Cam is going on right now in Kendra.
Yes.
Sorry for those who aren't watching this live.
Yeah, we should make it sound like you could have watched this live, so people are just like, "Where the fuck is that video? Oh, they must have taken it down."
Oh, we should probably explain why we're not live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why don't you take that away, Scott?
Well, this is our week without Dylan, and he is the one with all of
Who's betrayed us?
He has betrayed us, taken a whole week like 2 weekends in New York. So he and his
to go be happy.
go to Nintendo stores and Think Geek stores and UCB stores and all sorts of stores
All these
in
places.
New York.
I am so jealous that Jessica took that picture with Adam Pally.
Oh my God, yeah.
I
Classic.
love him. He is so good. He's so funny.
He's
I need to
fantastic.
go. I've never been to a UCB or Second City show ever.
I didn't even know they existed.
I've only done the one in LA, like the one that's across from the Scientology like Celebrity Center,
Yeah.
which is really weird because like this
the best place
castle
ever.
is right across the street from the UCB, and I've seen. I guess Matt Besser was the host of Ask Cat that night.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and Andy Daly was part of the backline that night.
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
Andy Daly, he is there's a show on Comedy Central right now called Review. He is the main guy of that. He's been in a lot of like bit roles. He's a phenomenal improviser. He does, I think, CarMax commercials right now.
Okay.
But super funny guy.
Yeah.
I actually this past Steam show this last weekend, it was everyone was there, so 8 of us on the back line. And so when it's that many, it's hard to like get in. Like I wasn't like a main character in any scene, but I was like peppered in,
Yeah.
supporting or heightening, or I was a tag in. But it made me think of when I saw Andy Daly. And when I saw him on the back line, I was really excited to see him. And there were like maybe 10 or 11 people on the back line.
Oh,
They just
wow.
loaded
Yeah.
up.
Wow.
I was kind of in a way disappointed at the time because he only came out like twice. When he came out, it was really funny though. But I was thinking about that, like I wasn't like a main focus of the Steam show, but I came out for little parts, and then I held back and let other people do their thing, and just like I didn't need to be a big part of it because we have a lot of great people on our team, Wes and Nick and Kevin and Tiffany. I mean, it's a loaded group of people. And so I just like held back, let people do their things, and then I came out and did a few things here and there, and then came back, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't a lot of pressure, but yeah, it made me think of when I saw the Ass Cat, and everyone got their little thing
There's
in
snippets,
there.
yeah. And that's a lot of work.
It seems like maybe that's the better way to go because
Mm-hmm.
I've performed in a lot of groups where we have like 5 or 6 people on the back line. And you don't always know if somebody's going to have something good. Mm-hmm. But if it's jam packed, then I feel like the odds are better that somebody is going to have a good idea, or if it's long form, what the next scene is going to be,
Right.
or if it's short form, just a good quick thing.
Tell
Right.
me what the back line is. I don't know.
It's when you see an improv show and people are stepping out to do little scenes, it's everyone else. The back line just watching what's happening. And they are involved too because they are paying attention to what the people in the scene are doing.
They throw something in.
So they can throw something in. They can revisit something later, like a callback, or if it's a herald, the second beat of that scene, they can be like one of those characters, psychiatrists or
Yeah.
boss or whatever, kind of heighten a certain character or something they said. So it is, I mean, you're part of it. If you're paying attention and you're actively doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's, you are paying attention on the back line. It's not
Okay.
just out, not like I don't have to do shit because I'm on the back line.
Which is sometimes the hardest thing to do in improv because my mind wanders. And I find myself a lot of times when I'm in the back line having to reel myself back in because I'll start thinking about whatever's going on in my week or what
Yeah.
I'm doing later
Yeah.
that night or the next day.
just
And I'm like,
watching the
wait,
audience.
no. You have to pay attention.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
One of my biggest problems is remembering after we do like a group game and we come back to the scenes, I'm like, what was scene A? What was the first scene we did? I
Yeah.
can't think of it. And I haven't been in those scenes. I'm usually in the B or the C scenes. I've never gone out, never been that brave to do
Started
an A
out.
scene.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's where short form improv really helps with long form, because games like Foursquare and stuff like that really help like solidify your memory on that kind of stuff and giving yourself different methods of remembering.
Yeah, because a really fun Foursquare game is when everyone's paying attention to everything else. There can be cross-pollination, but you also have to be like, I'm in the scene in the coffee shop and the scene in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
And I can't forget
And you pull on
that.
ideas,
Yeah.
I feel like improv is like such a, because like the rest of you have a very strong improv and comedy background where it was still very much new for me, and I only experienced it for about maybe, I think, for like 4 or 5 months. It's like all in all, it was mostly had to do with music, so it's just still very different from like watching you guys do a show.
Did you do theater in like high school and stuff?
Theater was an experience I started like in college.
Oh,
It was the
okay.
first
That was
time.
the rape audition, right?
Yeah. That was like my
That's right.
freshman
I
year of
remember
college.
that. Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever dealt. I was like theater at all, and I was like, this is
Damn.
That makes more sense then, because I feel like in high school with theater, we did improv a lot as a warm up. It was never something we performed or like took seriously, but it was something that we did just to get ourselves energized and to ready to
loosen
have
up.
fun and
Yeah.
kind of get in the headspace of performing. And so that was the first time that I had experienced improv, but I didn't perform it until like 4 or 5 years after I graduated high school.
I see. Yeah, I remember in high school drama, we had like a unit. So like a quarter of our drama class was improv. And so because it boiled into our final, which was a long improv scene of a wedding. And everybody had a role. And I was like the best man.
Oh, that's
There was
great.
like a priest, all the people you would have in a wedding. And it was like the ceremony, and then we cut to a reception, that sort of thing. And I remember liking improv, but then kind of abandoned it and didn't really do any drama until like last March when I started doing improv again. Yeah.
Rusty Rutherford, stand-up comedian in town who does a lot of different stuff. He's done improv and whatever. He does all of the performing.
all the
Yeah.
things.
He was telling me about these stand-up classes that he was teaching at the middle school level. And that sounds like so much fun.
That's very cool.
There are 2 things that I am jealous about. 1, I wish that I had that experience in middle school.
Yeah.
And 2, I would love to teach middle schoolers stand-up. I feel like,
That would be really interesting.
only being 3 months in, I'm probably not the most qualified person to do it. But it's a goal.
Yeah.
Get there. I mean, you have booked some pretty good shows, so
Yeah,
only
you
been doing it for
certainly
3
have
months.
experiences that you can
Pull
relate.
back from. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like stage in general experiences that can certainly translate.
You've done quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but Rusty's been doing do you know like numbers as like far as years?
I have no idea, and I should because he's one of my closest friends.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess 11 years.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
I could be way wrong. I'm waiting to see if he'll comment.
Well, what is it? We're looking live at the feed on Facebook.
Nothing. Rusty's got nothing here. Hashtag Color Circuit Live. Give us your answer, Rusty.
We're gonna do a straw poll. How long do you think Rusty has done stand up in town?
So did I think I told you, Scott, maybe, or mixing conversations that I've had, and it was with someone else.
I get that a lot. I'm not a very memorable person.
Which I don't understand. It's like,
Well, somebody needed to be the Dylan, Kendra. So you're the person that doesn't
sorry.
remember. I'm at places.
So while I'm in Florida, which is happening in 8 days, I can't believe it's
Wow,
that
yeah.
soon now. I booked this show in Orlando. It's a 10-minute set. It's a showcase. Like everyone gets 10 minutes.
You did tell me.
But I just found out that the guy who is hosting that show is kind of an idol of my older brother Josh's,
Really?
which is really exciting. He's 3 years older than me. We've been close most of our life. And yeah, so I was just happening to like look on the Facebook because of course I added the host on Facebook because I am a networker.
You are a networker, yeah.
So he was like posting this Tom and Dan stuff. And Tom and Dan is my brother's favorite podcast ever.
Interesting.
It's very Florida centric. It's based out of Central Florida. My brother listened to it there maybe like 8 years ago, and he moved to North Carolina and now lives in New Mexico and has still listened to it
Continually, like throughout the whole
consistently.
entire...
Cool.
He is probably one of their biggest fans. So this guy that is hosting the stand-up show that I'm doing, he is actually their news guy. So he's not Tom or Dan. His name is Ross.
Is it a radio show that they podcast, or
It
is it?
used to be a radio show.
see.
Now it's a standalone podcast.
Cool.
It is wildly successful in Florida. They're very big.
Very nice. Cool.
And I had no idea. And so now I'm like super excited because my brother's going to go with me, and he doesn't go out much. He's very antisocial, and he's going to go just so he can meet this Ross guy.
Very cool.
And I'm like, oh, like I know you're not going because you love me, but it feels I can pretend.
Feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like when we had your other brother on the show.
Yeah.
And then your whole entire family like tuned in.
Yeah. for him, right? For your brother, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all for James.
Yeah.
Which is fine because he's not on social media. Mm-hmm. So that was a special occasion.
Yeah.
No, he said he doesn't want a Facebook.
Wow, that's a good decision.
He also said he's not ready for girlfriends.
That's also a really good
You
decision.
know, I'm like, and he's also said he's not ready to drive. I am so proud of his self-awareness because
Yeah.
he's 18.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, well, when are you going to get a driver's license? He was like, Kendra, I don't think I can pay attention to the road.
That's smart.
And I was like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a good decision.
If you watched that video game stream of my little brother,
It's nonstop. He's got
Sure.
the energy to last for like years.
yeah.
If you put him in a car, like a metal car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, ooh, that's a really nice shop, and then start turning and not realize it.
Yeah. So that's good that he's. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And then on the way home from that stream, he was like, maybe I should have taken my medicine before the stream.
Oh.
And I was like, no, James, you're fine.
That was good.
Just
Yeah,
be
Don't worry
you.
about it. Yeah. Be you. Yeah.
I liked having him on. It was fun.
Yeah, he's a good kid, and he's come a long way socially,
Very
which
cool.
is very exciting.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag Color Circuit Live. Comment if you're listening right now.
Comment if you have strange siblings.
Yeah.
that
What's your
may-
strange sibling
may or may not be
situation?
on the autism spectrum, and also ADHD. All the ADHD.
All the ADHD.
All the ADHD.
Capital.
All
80.
all the facts to ever exist about a certain game. Like if it's a Zelda game, immediately like it was a good 10 minutes where I was like, I did not know anything about this part of Zelda, and I feel like I have reached my per capita of this year. He knows a lot.
Yeah, he does know a lot. Any video game,
That's cool.
he's watched a YouTube video about.
Uh-huh.
Bon, do you have siblings?
I have a half brother. He is older than me. He's about 14 years older than me, so that makes him about like 38, 39.
All right.
And I have a little niece who's about to enter high school, which is the most terrifying thing on the planet.
Yikes.
I'm not ready for that. Not ready for that. She hugged me the other day, and it hit me that she was not a baby anymore,
Yeah.
and I almost cried. Like that was the most. Like she just looked at me. She's like, "What's wrong, Uncle?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm a strong man. I'm a really strong man."
I'm going to go over here right
Yeah.
now. That's this
She like hugged me, and she's like really confused. I'm like,
I'm a
"Go talk
strong
to your
man."
dad real quick." Stop your daughter from going up now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm terrified.
Do you have other siblings besides Rachel Brown, our number one fan?
That's right. No, just her. Yeah.
Just
Is she younger or older?
My older sister. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She, 4.5 years.
Yeah, she looks better for her age than you do.
That
was heartwarming.
Okay, so the other day, I met up with you
Yeah.
to film something for this thing we do, which the name evades me. It only takes up 20 hours of my week. And I met up with her to see a movie afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was telling her about where I had been. And my sister was like, is Kendra the one that gives you a hard time all the time? And like, yeah, that's our thing. That's our friendship where she
so close.
cuts me down.
I love it.
I feel like I didn't cut you down at all while we were hanging out because we hung out for a while.
We had a good time.
We did have a good time because you had plans with your sister and we filled up that time in
Yeah.
between.
And I didn't ask you to. I wasn't like, we need to hang out. You're just like, yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah,
It was
but
just
I
kind
feel
of
like
this
I
understood
wasn't
thing.
mean. Is that accurate?
No. We talked about things.
I'm trying to. I'm like
doesn't say,
really trying to remember if I was mean at all. I don't think I was.
No, I don't think you were.
Because I didn't have anyone to perform to.
Right.
Just
So that's
waiting
it.
for
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. That has
Pushes to happen.
That's really not the first time that's happened. Where like somebody is like real with me, like when it's one-on-one, but when like a third person is there, like, shut up, Scott. We're friends. Like you told me about the time you killed yourself, and now you're just being a dick to me. Yeah. But no, yes, we had a good time. We went to 2 Targets.
We did. We went to 2 Targets, not 1.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
2. What's great is that I was a manager for 3 years at a Target. And so we got to say hello to a lot of my old
Yeah. It's like these
coworkers and or employees.
these are the people in my neighborhood. Just walk around to Target, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
So I know which one. I know the one that you streamed at. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like literally down the street from my home.
Okay.
And I was like, I want to go say hi. And then I was like, wait, I can't do that. I was literally about to be in the middle of the.
Oh, hey guys, you're not alone after all.
Are we still doing Color Circuit today? Is that? Oh wait. Oh, never mind.
That actually would have been really funny.
I'm alone. Oh, hi, Bon.
I know someone said hi to you immediately when that started.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
funny part of that was we did a walkthrough of the Target beforehand, and you saw somebody that you used to work with,
Yes.
and you waved at them, and they just totally stonewalled you.
Yeah, they didn't respond. Did you notice that it was that lady that later said hello, though, after we were
When
done?
we left.
Yeah.
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 So I felt redeemed because I was really sad. I was like, her and I were pals when we worked at Target.
Just remember me.
Because we were both Starbucks managers.
Ah, okay.
And so, we felt the pain together.
Right.
All the pain. All the Starbucks pain.
I'm about to get like a real day job, and like, it's weird.
Don't do it, man.
I know, but I can't continually work in film. I realize I do need to take a step back because I've realized that I do like doing audio and this type of format more than I do work on like films, major films.
Well,
Like,
and
I
you're
don't
still
like it.
getting your degree, right?
I'm also still getting my degree,
I feel like that's a good thing to focus on before totally diving in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll end up just being like, well, I don't need my degree.
I got a job.
Yeah.
well, the thing is, I
Christmas parties with my coworkers.
actually don't need the degree to get the jobs that
I know. No,
the
but that's
worst thing about
that's what I'm saying. Like if you
Yeah.
do start getting the jobs, you might give up on college, but that degree, even if it is in film, could help you later with other jobs that aren't in film.
It's
Yeah.
true. And it's not just getting a degree. Like, I want to get my master's. That's like the bare minimum I want to get. So I can actually say to my parents that I didn't just graduate with a bachelor's. I got a fucking master's. And I'm sorry I'm not a doctor. This is as close as it's going to happen.
Right. Because that is what you immediately find out when you get out into the world with your bachelor's.
Yeah.
Whole shitload of people have masters, so go fuck yourself.
It's like, that's the bare minimum now. It's like, ooh, college is not, you don't need an education anymore. We've forgotten that trade schools were really effective for a reason.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, never mind.
Nope.
Okay, self-censorship, that's fine. That's fine.
It feels so odd not to have Dylan here. I feel so betrayed.
I feel like he would be railroading the conversation right now.
I
he
feel like
does
he's putting us
do
to a
that.
corner.
Yeah.
The corner is where I feel like he immediately put us with like, so do you remember when you started talking about this off the podcast? Can we start talking about it on the podcast?
Yeah.
We'd be like, no, that was private
was-
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Dylan, if you're listening at some point in time, we've all talked about this as a group. It's so funny just to be like, it's every time.
What's interesting that Dylan would bring up is that last time we did the podcast, I had come straight from therapy. Today, I had my last therapy session before I go to Florida at 1.
Okay.
So I had some leeway this time.
Got some time to rise.
Yeah, but I thought that was pretty ironic or coincidental.
Just
Is that a word? I made that up.
It is now.
now.
People understand. Yeah.
Make it. It'll work.
Yep.
How'd it go? Go well?
Yeah, it was good. I felt like I was boring her today because I've actually been pretty good the past week.
Whoa.
Yeah, it is kind of, therapy is interesting in that you do think, oh, I need to bring you my problems or things that have happened in the past or since the last time. But if you don't have anything, and it's weird because you can't like ask them how they're doing.
Yeah,
that's not how
which
it
is
works.
what I want to do.
Because you talk to them like a person and they're listening like a person, but that's it. They can't.
There's no back and forth. There's
Yeah.
just the one-way conversation, and then they tell you how they feel about how you're doing in your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So literally today she had me play in the sandbox for 20 minutes.
That's awesome.
So is what type of therapy is this?
I don't know what.
Sandbox therapy?
Yeah, apparently, because that was 20 of our 60 minutes.
Okay.
But what was interesting is that she watched me the whole time. So it's like this small Zen garden kind of sandbox that's about waist high. And so I was like drawing pictures in it and stuff.
That sounds so fun.
And afterwards, she analyzed everything like that I was doing, which is,
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm on the spot while I'm playing with the sand.
Right.
Also, I had to put on music because I can't like stand the sand silence.
Your choice?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she didn't put like Enya or something on that
No,
something she would like. Or...
No, I put on my Spotify. So
Okay. I did that. I did something like that in high school because I barely got through high school alive, like emotionally. It was bad for me. And so I had a couple of different therapists, but one that my mom thought would be okay with me or that I would respond to because I was a drawer at the time, but an art therapist. So I went to a few, maybe just one, because I didn't get a good feeling from him, or it didn't work out, and I was not wanting to be helped anyway. In a way, it was
Yeah.
bad. It was bad time for me. But yeah, I remember we drew things, and he did like this nice peaceful like waterfall and a tree.
Pulled a Bob Ross.
Yeah, safe shit. Like you couldn't find any fault with his like,
no.
well, you seem to be on the up and up. Look at that nice tree with the leaves falling. There's nothing wrong with that.
Cherry blossoms. Very nice choice.
But I'm very good at drawing like people, like exaggerated faces, noses, and stuff like that. So I just kind of drew people. And then he like one was in a hoodie. And afterwards, he was asking me, like, so who is that?
Who's wearing that hoodie?
Who's that in the hoodie? And I was like, I really don't know. I just draw these people that come out of my...
Like, there was just one person who had a hat, and I was like, all right, let's draw another one with a hoodie.
Right, yeah. Like, I already did hat guy, and I'm doing hoodie guy.
Yeah.
Actually, hoodie guy wasn't one that I was, like, really good at or whatever. I was just trying something.
Yeah.
And he was like... the guy in the hoodie looks like he's doing some running, maybe some exercise. And I was like, sure, maybe, man.
Yeah, that's all you do. That's what you get from it.
And he's like, is there somebody in your life that exercises? And I was like, nope.
what he should have asked was, is there something in your life that you're running from? Because that was clearly the underlying meaning.
There you go.
I should be an art therapist.
I'd do it.
Better than that guy.
At least straightforward.
What were you running from, Scott?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
Being human.
But not the point of the story. But but no, he basically linked it to my dad. He was like, well, is there like a man in your life that works really hard? And I was like, well, my dad goes to work every day. He's like, oh, your father, very interesting. Oh, your dad, okay, yeah, maybe there's something there.
It sounds like I love this therapist
with your
so
dad.
much.
Yeah, that didn't last long. I think I maybe had like one thing after him, but I was like, that wasn't for me. And I eventually did get, after incident in high school, I was made to go to an abuse counselor, a substance abuse counselor, that kind of abuse counselor.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was a story I skipped last time we were talking about drama and stuff.
So Dylan,
Ever.
Right, yeah.
would say.
Hey. That's not my Dylan
Yeah,
impression. I don't have a Dylan impression.
Clearly.
Right.
Yes.
But no, that therapist or counselor, technically she was a counselor, was very helpful to me. That happened in my senior year.
And actually conversated to you like a person.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she's able to put things in perspective, and it was just talking. It wasn't like a mechanism. Like, here's a doll. What does this doll represent? It was just talking like a person.
So the past 2 times that I've gone to the therapist, she has like all these shelves of like trinkets and like small figurines and stuff.
Tchotchkes.
And she's always like, why don't you peruse those and just see what calls out to you. And I feel like in most situations, I really like to play. And I could play all day with a kid with those toys. But when I'm with her, nothing calls out to me.
It's
I'm
forced.
like, I don't want to do this.
It's suddenly like, why? Okay, you're trying to make me find me. Is what it's like. It's like, what's the symbol for how I emotionally feel at this moment? Or it says something about me. Now I don't want to make a decision at all.
Yeah. So today I was
You're
like,
watching me.
that piggy bank calls out to me because I'm broke.
It's like that one that looks like a bottle. That sounds really appetizing to me. It sounds like the best toy right now. That's a real bottle. Oh, yeah. Let's open that up. Can you-
Does she ever call you on your comedian shit? Like, I know you're a comedian. You need to cut that shit out right now.
No, she does the opposite.
Does she like it?
When we talked about stuff, she was like, "Why don't you turn that into a bit? Turn your pain into your success."
That's probably very
which
good
is actually
advice.
really amazing.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any jokes about depression or anxiety or anything like that, and so I haven't found the inspiration quite yet, but I think she'll lead me there. And I really like that she just even has that mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like the best people turn their strengths into bigger strengths and not worry about their weaknesses. Like, and if you have a weakness, like just you use it. Like you accept for what it is and you keep going with it. And
You
that's
could
what
be
I really like about like therapists.
the Maria Bamford of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I want to be a little bit more grounded.
She could
I
be the
love Maria Bamford.
I love her to
but
death.
she is batshit crazy.
Yeah. Did you see the video that's being passed around of the commencement speech she did?
No.
Where she did the commencement address at her alma mater. It was like a liberal arts college in
course.
Minnesota or wherever she is.
Minnesota.
From, Duluth, Minnesota. And she spent the a good chunk of her 11-minute speech talking about her negotiating a wage for a speaking fee for her.
That's wonderful.
Oh my goodness.
And she was like, well, and she had a good argument. Like, the school was like, well, we usually don't pay. We're a small liberal arts college. We usually don't pay for our speakers. They just, come and we give them an honorary degree or whatever. And she was like, but I am trying to make a living off of the English degree I got from you guys, and I'm trying to make money off of that. So why wouldn't you want to support that? She had a
that's
good Maria Bamford argument about it.
Did she go into funny voices?
A little
during
bit.
it? Was there a
Here
little
and
bit
there.
of back and forth?
A little bit,
Those are
not a
my
lot.
favorite portions of her stuff.
Well, yeah, I remember having a conversation with my sister about it. Like, my sister was like, she can do a normal voice. Why doesn't she just do that as her regular voice? It's like, but that's not her. It's
like a character.
She does those voices to make fun of those women. Those
Yeah.
like, oh, Maria, I can't believe you should really come up to the cabin. She's making fun of those uptight bitches. She can talk like anybody, but her voice is really, it's what
It's
it is.
high and it's
Yeah.
I can't even do it.
Sure.
Characters, yeah.
But yeah, she basically, it was like, well, so I offered them as an offer $20,000. They came back with $10,000. My manager was like, maybe you should split the difference and go 15. They came back with $10,000, and she basically. I don't want to ruin it, because there's a good. But it does kind of go off the rails, because when she does get to the advice portion of the speech,
Yeah.
she does go. she basically says, don't go to Vegas and try and date a male stripper or whatever.
Yeah.
But like obviously parts of her life that she regrets. And some of it is like,
well, if you hire Maria Bamford.
True that. Yeah.
Don't know this woman.
What?
I don't. See, comedy is not my thing.
Yeah, we need to get you caught up on
she's a treat.
stand-up comedy.
Her new Netflix special is amazing.
The last two.
Yeah. Did you see the most recent one where it starts out in her living room and
Yeah.
God, so
The
good.
parts
so
that
good.
she's talking in her mirror are my favorite.
Yeah, it
She's
starts
just-
there. Yeah,
she's just talking to herself. So she's a stand-up comedian. Her second to last special was just essentially her giving her stand-up routine to her parents in her
right.
living room.
Okay.
And then her last one, kind of similar. She did multiple aspects of things like that. So part of it is her special in the mirror with herself.
it grows.
Part of it
The
is
audience grows.
yeah, and then like there's a part where it's just her husband and they're newlywed
yeah.
on the couch. And then there's like 4 friends outside on a bench. And then there's like parts once you get about halfway through that are actually on a stage with an audience.
There's a progression.
Yeah, but it's like very unique. Like nobody else is putting out specials where they're literally telling their stand-up special in a mirror to themselves.
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay. I gotta check it out. Like I literally, comedy is one of those things that I appreciate, and you guys always show me like this weird new world. Don't know anything about it at all.
Oh God. Ooh.
Yeah.
The things we could teach you. Oh,
I don't
Scott,
do
I have
the
a question
comedies.
just for you. Where are you at in Master of None season 2?
I still haven't gotten past episode 2.
Oh.
So have not. I guess he's gone back to New York, and I just haven't. I
You
think
have
left
to.
New York.
You have to.
no. Yeah. Like.
Have you watched Master of None?
I've seen little tidbits here and there.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's so good. So I just finished season 2 a couple days ago.
Okay. I love it. I love that show. Like I forgot how much I liked it because I watched the first season when it came out, and it's been a
Yeah.
few years actually.
Yeah.
So, and he's done specials in between and everything.
I still want to get on that book though.
Yeah, no, you can borrow it.
I'm very curious about that modern romance book because it's like it apparently like Aziz Ansari is just this guy who just has a wealth of information and is super entertaining and he's just so crazy about it.
But it's not just himself. So he actually goes to people that are like doctorates that are researching this stuff. And so it is actually more so a research book than a novel.
That's cool.
But it's written by Aziz Ansari. So, of course, it's funny. And, of course, there's, like, anecdotes throughout it. But through and through, it is a research book about how technology
to
has
surprise me.
changed dating.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
And not really anti-technology. It's just like this is how you need to do it now.
No,
Like,
it's just information.
Yeah,
There's no
yeah.
bias,
Right.
but it's just talking about how, in the 40s, you dated the person that lived close to you or
Right.
that you met at school. And now that is not how we live at all.
No.
And we
Around
have
the
these
world.
apps,
Yeah.
and people are way pickier about who they date.
I don't know who
and-
lives around me.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't even know who my neighbors are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've lived there my whole entire life.
It's a really good book. If you're into that kind of thing.
Reading books.
Reading.
I know you're listening to a podcast and watching the live stream on Twitch.
Hashtag Color Circuit Live.
That's right. Ah, gee whiz.
Oh, gee willikers.
We're almost to an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, we can go as this is the internet. We can go as long as we
We
want.
can go. We can go for a good 10 more minutes, so we can cut out that first beginning part.
I just poured more wine, so
Yeah.
give more funny juice.
If you're watching the live stream right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, we're drinking lots of wine.
Yeah, we want to support the wine. We're just going to put the label up to the camera,
There we go. Yeah.
so you can find out
Scott.
about that.
Oh, it's a nice Chianti Classico.
You don't actually have to turn the bottle. There is no camera here today. Are you okay?
Don't tell the audience that. What are you
Oh,
doing?
sorry.
God, it's
Sorry, we're
part
totally
of the joke.
live.
Part of the joke.
Totally live.
We don't need.
We just got a comment here from Board Table. It says, drink more wine.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll go Philip again.
How about that?
Interesting stuff to talk about.
Yes, of course. So how has your week been besides the?
It was pretty good. I am trying to find out time to do research. I'm actually going to go be a guest on another podcast this week.
Ooh, cool.
My friends do a podcast called the Smash Fiction Podcast, and
You told me about this before.
yeah, really fun idea. They take fictional characters and they pit them in a court of law setting. So there's people fighting for like the side of Speed Racer, and then the other side is Mario Kart or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, they did have a 4-part racing
That's
show
awesome, like
one
a
time.
championship.
Yeah. And mine is going to be Mean Girls, the Plastics, versus the Christian Jules from Saved. That movie with Mandy Moore and
I'm glad
Jenna
it
Malone.
changed because when you brought this up before, it was a different.
It was Heather's.
Yeah.
And I got an email saying
Cool.
that there was... They were having a hard time
Behind the
finding
scenes.
a good
There's
plot.
good behind the scenes right now.
Yeah. And it has been interesting finding out how they do their podcast, because I've been in awe ever since they came out with it, because I was like, that is a great idea for a podcast. You can have unlimited amount of episodes. They go deep into all sorts of different sects of nerddom.
I love it.
Really fun stuff. A lot of times I don't know like I see the names in the titles, like I don't know who
time
this
for
is.
research.
Yeah. So they exposed me a lot of different things, and they gave me a long list of different possibilities. Like I told Dan Mulcairn, he's my friend that I know the best of that group, and he gave me a long list of possibilities because I told him I was, really well versed in The Simpsons, really well versed in like Nintendo games, spotty here and there with like X-Men and different comic book characters. And he gave me a long list of possibilities, and I thought at the time it was Mean Girls versus Heathers, like that I could really get into.
It's like the Heathers would win.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, but now that's not the contest.
Right.
Have you guys watched Saved?
I have, yes.
Have you?
Not.
It's really good.
It's a good movie. It was
really good.
I was reading the Wikipedia article on it earlier today, and it was, at the time, it was the first time Macaulay Culkin had been in a movie since, like, Richie Rich. So
Yeah.
it had been, like, about a decade.
and he plays a crippled kid.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jenna
is this
Malone's in it, and I've always
And
really liked her.
Mandy Moore is Macaulay Culkin's sister.
What?
It's so good. So
Yeah.
it's set at a Christian school, and it's just about. I don't want to give away spoilers, but it's just about maybe alternative style kids living in that kind of world.
Yeah, something I could relate to easily, being like, wait a second.
Yeah,
Out of
that
the
seems
norm.
fitting.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
That seems
Does it have to do with,
hypocritical.
Is there a scene where they do that?
No, I don't think so.
If there's just movements I'm doing right now, if you can only see watching the video podcast right now.
There
Yeah,
is
comment now if you know what Bond's talking about.
There is a Bible that gets thrown, which is so funny to me.
Fantastic.
I have to rewatch it because it's been a while since I've seen it, but like I remember, just little
check it out.
things here and there, and it deals with, modern day problems that a strict Christian background doesn't really know how to address fully.
Yeah.
To the point of like, I don't think you give a shit.
And it's funny.
Yeah,
It's
it is
a
funny. It's
movie,
very good.
but it's also deep. I think I cried the first time I watched it, actually.
I mean, yeah, there's some heavy stuff in that movie, and it's, it deals with homophobia in Christian religion and stuff like that, and then I get to rewatch Mean Girls, and I'm always up for that.
Of course.
Yeah,
Tina Fey.
Tina mother effing Fey.
I have her book right there.
That
I'm
was a good
pointing
one.
at it. Bossy Pants is really good.
That was a good one.
Yeah. If you haven't read Yes Please by Amy Poehler,
I
you should.
have it. I have not read it.
Yes.
That is how many of my books are right now.
So what is your general genre to read?
Actually, I have fallen out of love with fiction.
Okay.
And it's been something that I've tried getting back into, and I legitimately cannot sit down and read a fiction book.
I've kind of,
So yeah, now actor or stand-up comedian autobiographies are my genre. I want more. If you guys want to get me a gift.
have you read Steve Martin's?
I have not.
That's a good one. Born Standing Up.
Do you have it?
Somewhere, yeah.
Should let me borrow it?
Okay.
We could do a swapsies.
Swapsies.
Swapsies. All the reads. We could switch books.
Longest running joke in Color Circuit history right there,
It's
boy.
the weirdest thing not doing other content like a show to talk about this week. It's very
Yeah,
odd.
this is where, but it's a good just hang. We got some wine, we had some pasta. You
good
know,
times. It's good
we have
times.
like 90 people commenting on the stream, which is really nice.
Great, yeah. it's
Never
so
happened
busy.
before.
Monica says hi to everybody.
Monica, she's
Love
good
you,
people.
Monica.
Who's Monica mutual friend with?
Right.
I think she's mutual friends with Justin. Yeah,
Justin, we love Justin.
He's always bringing in the best fans.
best of peoples. It's so weird not to be live. It's also affecting my brains. Oh, I'm not used to not having a tangent to pop off from because Dylan just keeps feeding us questions.
Yeah,
very
he wants us to slip up and say some dumb shit.
All the dark things in our lives.
Right.
Which is why we don't drink wine when we're with
Yeah,
Dylan.
that's right.
We can only do it when it's the three of us.
Right.
That's true.
That's right.
I think I restrict myself every time I go over. I'm like, I'm gonna bring booze this time, and I'm like, no, 'cause
It's been a pretty dry streaming channel
it's
so far.
surprising,
Yeah.
very surprising, because it's
Is
usually
that like
thing.
is that an oxymoron? Is that what that is?
A dry streaming channel.
Yeah.
Could be.
it could be.
I feel like streams are moist.
Moist liquid is involved,
It's a lot of waters. Oh, not water, just liquids. Yeah.
Yeah.
or maybe if like a streaming
flights
channel
happen.
ends, you're like, Color Circuit went dry. No more streams from that channel. I remember when it was just fluid episodes everywhere.
Just never stopped. Just never stopped.
All the puppet shit they did. Oh,
Oh dear.
oh
When
dear
are
God.
you gonna try and pick that up again? You know?
I don't know. I was talking to Kevin about it briefly on Sunday because that was when I really got to know Kevin. We were meeting up pretty frequently to make puppets.
Yeah.
Kevin Bransford.
Yeah.
And now that that stopped, I don't really see him anymore, which makes me sad because he is a delightful human being.
I love Kevin. He's great.
He's really, really great.
Met him once or twice. He seems like a nice fellow.
really sharp.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah. Dresses
And
really
just
well.
adorable.
He is adorable.
I think he's like the cutest person in Albuquerque.
He has a very 80s style to him.
That's
clothing-wise,
so true.
Which is fantastic because I'm just a lot of people would not pull off that jacket well, but you pull it off well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
job. Good job.
I had a nice bonding thing with him. I think we were bonding. But it was
That's the hope.
it was we were warming up for a Steam show, and you were lined up on the stage, and we were like our coach Steve was like, okay, head to the back. And I started doing "So Long, Farewell" from Sound of Music, and he just picked right up. You know,
That's
I'll
awesome.
be the saying I do, and we just kind of did lines back and forth.
Ripped
Like,
each other back. Yeah.
Kevin knows what's up.
Yeah, he and I have sang many a musical together. And that might be why I love him so much. Because if I ever want to sing Wicked, I know who to turn to.
Oh my gosh! During the Back to the Future live script read,
Yeah.
I was super happy that everyone was singing Les Mis.
Yeah,
That
as we
was
were setting
fantastic.
up. Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
New more lyrics to that. I mean, I know all the songs. I just don't know verses.
I love it. I love it. I did the show, and it's now since then it's become one of my favorites because it was never really a big thing until I did the show. And I was like, this is amazing.
I don't know Les Mis that well. The only Les Mis that I have watched is the non-musical movie.
Oh,
Which one's that one?
I think I know what you're talking about.
It has the guy from Taken. Why can't I
Liam
think of his
Neeson?
name? Yeah, it has Liam Neeson.
Oh,
And,
wow. Okay. Yeah.
It's got a really great cast.
Right.
But it is not a musical. And so that is actually the only version of Les Mis that I have watched.
Ooh,
Interesting.
And so I know the storyline.
Right.
very well. I've watched it a couple times, but I need to watch the Hugh Jackman one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the community is torn on how good that was.
It's a hit or miss depending on who you talk to, because some of the voices just do not match.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice to just do ADR on that or find someone else to do it. But I mean, that's usually how it goes for musicals.
But wasn't that part of the magic of that movie? That it was
Yeah.
like
They made a
very
big deal
true.
out of that.
they made a big deal out of the fact that they didn't.
It was all live singing. It was
It was
on
actually
the set.
on set. It wasn't recorded afterwards. They didn't
Right.
do any adjustments. And so it's just actually their raw voices.
Which was fantastic. And then
Yeah.
the people who've seen the musicals are very obsessed with it, like got into an uproar.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Well,
true to their voice.
I'm sure because I'm sure that they didn't cast the best singers in Hollywood.
Yeah.
No,
But
yeah,
they definitely
yeah.
cast some really great
It was
actors.
fantastic.
So
Yeah,
I need to
I'd
watch
still-
it so that I have more of an opinion.
I still had
but-
the same emotional reaction. I mean, I still cried at the same parts and everything.
Yeah.
And the songs were still the songs. And then you go back and you listen to like the original London recording of the cast, and you forget that there's a lot of like synthetic
Yeah.
synth stuff in there, and it's like
So-
kind of
This didn't age well.
yeah,
Very different. Yeah.
I mean, the songs are good, but when they got the that was a great synth.
Supposed to synth French horn. Just imagine that in your head.
It's kind of it's dated. It's of the time.
Yeah.
So you want like
Orchestra
an actual orchestra doing it for you.
Yeah.
Do you cry when you watch movies a lot?
I cry at the stupidest shit. I cry so much. I love crying. Actually, it's one of my favorite things.
No, it's good. It's
Yeah.
cathartic.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever met people who cry at films besides me. This is really nice.
Yeah.
I did not know you guys did this.
Yeah.
I do it.
Generally only cry when I'm alone watching a film. Actually,
I can't help it.
I cannot stop myself from crying. I'm one of the most emotional people you ever see watch a film, which is why I don't like having people like. I did a giant rant where it was like, if you go to the movies with me, I'm there for the movie, and it's like the reason why I get so emotional, I will get
Yeah.
caught up inside
Yeah.
the films.
yeah.
I mean, I cried at Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yeah. There's a lot to cry about that.
Some good scenes.
Yeah, when the music swells of a certain part and like Fleetwood Mac kicks in, it's like, "Ugh, yeah." I cried at the end of that OK Go video with the Rube Goldberg machine. Oh yeah, no,
Which one?
No, I know which one you're talking about.
it was the one where they're covered in paint like through the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's I forget the name of the song. They're actually like I've actually listened to their songs that aren't the music videos, and they're a good band. But it's this super elaborate Rube Goldberg machine, and at the end, it all ends with them getting shot with paintballs of like their color, like red, blue, yellow, and green. Color
awesome.
circuit, and and then at the end, they do it flawlessly. They get their take, and then they pan the camera up, and you see the whole team that put it together, and they start cheering, and I get choked up because it's like this.
That's good.
That makes
They
more
did
sense.
it.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
Like that sort of, like the end of Mighty Ducks, sort of like ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they finally did it.
I
Yeah.
wanna watch that now.
It's a really good music video. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All-
And it's all done in one shot.
All their stuff is really phenomenal. They did one in
always
the
step up their
Vomit
game.
Comet, where they're all floating and doing this elaborate thing.
I don't think I've
in an
seen that
airplane.
one.
It's pretty. It's newer than the other stuff. But then I cried.
What do you cry at, Kendra?
Have you ever watched P.S. I Love You?
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, I have never cried more nonstop in a movie. It is about a couple, and this isn't really a spoiler because if you watch the trailers, it tells you. So it shows this young couple, they're newly married, whatever, and the guy passes away. And he sends his wife all these letters through, like, after he's passed away. And
wow.
so he's like constantly checking up on her and sending her these notes and messages and sends her on a trip to Ireland, which is where they met. And so even though she conquers a lot and there's a lot of really happy moments in the movie, all of those happy moments are still like incredibly sad because they're given to her by her dead husband.
Wow.
And she like meets another man and all this stuff, of course, because that's part of dealing with that situation. Yeah. And there's even like a letter about that and how to deal with that. And so like, even in the happy moments, that movie is the saddest movie I have ever seen.
Wow.
It is hardcore.
That's like bacon wrapped mushrooms or something. It's just like every little bit of sadness is wrapped in, or happiness is wrapped in sadness.
That one's got a really good cast too. It's Gerard Butler and what's the guy? The name Keegan from Walking Dead. What's his?
Oh, I know. He was also in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, he's really great. He's in that movie too. And then the lead woman. Wow, I'm really bad with names today. Is the girl from Seventh Heaven?
Really?
Jessica Biel?
Jessica Biel.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so she's the lead female, and just watching her go through that is really rough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the movie that made you cry the most?
Oh, the most? One recently that really sticks out, and this kind of, it isn't a sad thing, but it's kind of the same thing with the OK Go videos, The Full Monty. We know that movie.
I know of it. I haven't watched it.
You've never seen it. Okay,
I've never
so
seen it.
A bunch of out of work, nondescript British people. I mean, maybe some of them are Scottish.
Just some.
One of the guys from Train Spotting's in it. So there's like Scottish and British, whatever. It's always raining wherever they are. But they're all out of work, and they decide to get money by doing male stripping. They find out there's some money in this.
Yeah.
And they're not attractive. They are not like Adonises. They're not fit or anything. One of them is overweight, and he's constantly worried about how his wife feels about how he looks, and he's very distant to his wife. And towards the end of it, there's like this confrontation that the kind of chubby guy has with his wife, because he's not wanting to go through with the show. And he's like, well, who'd want to see this, fat blob naked? And his wife's like, well, I would. And it's this really sweet moment. And there you're kind of like, And then at the very end, when they do it, and they're like, not attractive, and they're just like, but fuck it, man. We're going to go out there and we're going to take off our clothes. And we may not be what you want, but this is what you're going to get. And it's just like, again, it's like, yeah.
It's empowering.
I got choked up at the end of the
You told me about that recently.
Yeah.
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 And I very much like a jerk asked to be related.
Is Kendra the one that always gives you a hard? Yes, you are right.
That is not an incorrect statement.
Bon, what movie made you cry the most?
I think the most recent one was About Time. And okay. Scott just chugged that away. That was a strong...
Imagine that, Bon. Imagine that. I'm out.
So sorry.
I'm out.
So imagine half a bottle of wine, or no, half a cup of wine, and then just.
I'm about to cry right now. No movie needed.
Just Kendra's.
Just some nice gal palin right now.
Yeah.
Just some brokenheartedness. Oh.
Anyway, Bon, you were talking.
It was gonna. It was About Time. About Time made me cry the most. It was just like, it's a guy who finds out on one of his birthdays that the men in his family have the ability to control time, and he goes to meet the girl of his life, like the love of his life, and he goes back to that night to try not fuck it up. So he goes back and fucks things up, of course, because he has to go help someone else in his family. And then he'd spend the whole entire thing just going through their whole entire relationship of him and this woman. And he gets to a point, which would be a spoiler that I can't tell you, that is extremely emotional, that is spent with his father. And it made me bawl like a little bitch, and just sat there like a small child. And I went to my dad, and I just went to go give him a hug for like a good 5 minutes. Yeah, but that's
who's in that movie? I don't think I've heard of that movie.
I've heard of the title. Yeah, I couldn't tell you who's in
Rachel McAdams inside of it.
Oh, I love her.
Nice.
And it has the guy from. Have you guys seen the new Star Wars? He's like the not Kylo Ren, but the other guy who's like the commander of the new battleship planet thing that they're on. It's the redhead.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember
his
his
name, but yeah.
But I think Rachel McAdams is the biggest name in
Oh,
that
sure.
film, along with do you guys remember what's that Love Actually?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love that
Love
one.
That guy
Actually
who
is
did
great.
that
Love
song, that terrible song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's inside there.
Oh
And he
yeah,
plays
that
the
guy's
father.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God, that movie, I don't know why it made me cry so much, because it's
Yeah?
like I watch a lot of romantic films,
Yeah.
mostly due to the fact that I have to read a lot of romance novels, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have to use that as fuel to be like, oh, right, I have to be the goofy guy. Okay, now it's to be the romantic guy. Be the charming guy. And I'm like, oh, this is so sad. This is so beautiful at the same time. Oh, my God, it got really raunchy. What's going on?
Whoa! Hey!
Whoa, all right.
So I realized that I misspoke. It wasn't Jessica Biel. It was what's the next Karate Kid, the one that was a girl.
Oh, and about a boy. That girl.
Yeah, that girl.
Don't know that girl.
This episode is
We also
called
don't have...
I've been
Two Glasses of Wine.
I know. This is hilarious.
Our brains
It's
are
called
gone.
A Few Drinks In. That's the name of this. Yeah.
What is her name?
Oh God.
I was once told that I looked like her when I had long hair, which is wildly inaccurate. I have brown hair and I'm white. That's
Yeah.
like where it ends.
Yeah. And a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, and she won the Oscar for About a Boy, I believe.
And then the movie we're trying to talk about right now is...
P.S. I love you.
P.S. I Love You.
Which you need
Yeah,
to
just-
watch if you
This
need
is-
if you need a good cry. Like if you
Oh, I love. Yeah.
Hilary Swank.
Hillary
Swank.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, IMDb.
Oh, we should have just looked at our comments. It's just like 9 people just went Hilary Swank.
Man, that's the worst. Monica's really angry about we couldn't get the name.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
Monica. Yeah. We'll be better next week when we're not drinking.
Yeah, alcohol's involved. I can't stop looking at these little puppies.
Yeah, I know. I think Max needs to use the bathroom, so maybe that's like a good time to wrap up.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
doing this for a good amount of time. We can salvage some of it.
You're gonna edit out at least half of that. See, I'm slurring again.
I'm going to get so many like little messages later like,
Could you take that part out?
That thing about my brother, could you just not, could you cut that out? Or that thing about my, could you just,
I don't want people to know I cried.
I don't want people to know that I don't know who Hilary Swank is. So could you just, could you take that
10
part
minutes
out?
podcast, God.
Yeah, like we took us a while. So yeah, this has been our Dylan-less episode of Circuit Board, the official Color Circuit hostful podcast
With wine.
with wine. Yeah,
Pasta.
may or may not make a return appearance.
This definitely cannot happen again. If it does happen, it's definitely going to be without Dylan.
Yeah, because he will get the truth out
And
of us.
He will push
and
buttons.
about whatever.
Doesn't drink.
No,
Or
he does not.
he chooses not, or he
chooses
he's
not
not
to.
like sober or anything,
Yeah.
but he just doesn't like it or doesn't want to.
I haven't asked him about it actually.
He's not much of a
He's-
drinker.
yeah,
I think we
he-
discussed this a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not like a firm like fuck drinking, but it's just like he just doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think Jessica's the only one who does drink out of them.
Yeah, she
okay,
does.
that makes sense. Okay, because
usually when
I've
they-
seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, when they go out, it's like Jessica grabs a drink and he's like, "Oh, I'll go,"
right. Okay,
because he's already energized enough.
Oh,
He
yeah.
has no filter, so he doesn't have to worry
it's
about
like he's a walking drunk man already. So
Oh, that's
there you
fantastic,
go.
yeah. it. All right, well, guys, thank you for listening to Color Circuit, and this is Bon.
This is Kendra.
And this is Scott.
Please like, follow, subscribe, share.
Share this
all
on,
of the verbs.
on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook.
Yep.
Find this on iTunes and wherever you download podcasts. Subscribe to the podcast and write a review. That does help us in the long run.
Ooh, yeah.
On iTunes, if you can give us a shout out, give us a rating, tell us what you like or what we should work on. Give us drink recommendations. All those things on iTunes or wherever you download the podcast. We just got uploaded to Google Play, so we are also streaming on that.
Cool.
And yeah, wherever you Android, iPhone, it doesn't matter. So,
Cool. Thank you very much.
all right.
See ya.
See you on the internet.
Peace.